You do need to know.
I
had to do it once.
Timed it well.
I had to do it once.
It was well timed.
You know what you do need to know, and you're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John, the radio digest version of the Santa Clarita Gazette and free classifieds for all you need to know to be in the know, as Tom Petty sings.
There you go.
And you are listening to Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS.
Yeah. Hey, Doug, did you lose any money the other day in the stock market?
Oh, and they were down?
Yeah. Did you know what else was down?
What?
The Wall Street Journal.
At the same time?
At the same time. And then there's a United Airlines.
I heard about that.
Yeah. I think it's China. What do you think?
Absolutely. I don't know.
Hackers. We need an expert.
But all those organizations all shrugged it off and said it was just a coincidence.
It was
that all happened.
A coincidence. Do you believe in coincidence?
Sometimes. Depends on the situation.
Let's talk to David Rhodes. David, you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
David.
Hi, John. How are you?
And
good,
this
man.
is Doug. Don't forget me.
Don't forget Doug. He gets very upset if you don't say hi to Doug.
Yeah, I'm not going to forget you, Doug. I promise.
Thank you, David.
So, ER Solutions, right?
Yes.
All your computer security needs. But I got a question. Coincidence
Shoot.
or not? All these things. Coincidence? Really? I'm not so sure.
Well, John, one of the issues you've got is so much hacking information is available on the internet that there are pieces of security where people think they are secure that are literally breakable in 10 minutes if somebody doesn't even know what they're doing but knows how to use Google. It does require one special piece of hardware that I bought off Amazon for $15.
Oh, my gosh. So we're not really secure at all.
Well, no.
Well, that's comforting.
Whoa. I'm going to go live in a cave.
That 10-minute security I was talking about is rarely used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But even now, wireless routers that they're selling at Best Buy or Staples or any one of a number of places have a default security system that automatically has a security flaw in it, which people know about, and they simply are not doing anything to change because it's convenient to use it this way.
So somebody breaking into a computer now is ridiculously easy. Okay.
It is. There are things that you can break that are new that can be broken in 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
But David, could that be anything? Could that be our electrical system, our military, that sort of thing?
It's a way that this is actually a way a wireless network is concerned. So there is a way on a wireless network that you push a button on the router itself to allow you to connect more easily to that wireless router without having to go through the difficulty of putting in a code.
Oh my gosh. So you can get into any wireless network pretty much.
Well, that's okay. That's if you have physical access, and a lot of home and small business users use that to allow you to get on.
Right.
But that button has a built-in security flaw.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
And so that is now larger professional businesses that know what they're doing don't use that. Don't use it at all.
Okay, so then getting into like United Airlines, getting into the stock exchange, just disrupting it, is that a big deal or is it not a big deal?
Well, it's a huge deal. That is much, much more difficult to do. A hack like that takes a great deal of planning. Now, people hack for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're going to do a hack for a well-secured company, first off, your skill level has to be at a fairly high level.
Okay.
That's not something you can go on the internet, find a script, and just run it. This takes research into the company.
Okay.
It takes testing out different avenues to get in. It takes a lot of figuring out. So it's not something, if you're going to hack a target, you didn't just wake up and decide to yesterday morning and make the hack happen today.
Right. You gotta plan it out. And see, there was a guy, wasn't it? There was a hacker website, anonymous.com or whatever his name is.
First off, there are several hacker websites.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. But
some of them are on a secret place that's part of the internet called the deep web.
Yeah. Which
is a little harder to get to. However, anonymous are referred to as hacktivists with an H at the beginning of the word.
Okay.
Their belief is that all data, all information should be publicly available at all times. there should be no secrets.
Oh,
No matter what it is.
Right, and what that does is that means the value of information goes down, so that now they're not talking about bank account numbers that you and I would have. They're not talking that sort of thing. They are talking about government information, corporate information.
Wow.
There should be no secrets. That way, and they're not there to make money. They don't make money off of doing this. They're doing this for personal and political reasons.
Jeez.
That's scary.
It's a belief system.
That's scary, isn't it?
Well, what's more scary are the people who are equally skilled who are doing it for fun and profit. Those are the people that are going to hack places like Target and pull all those credit cards.
Right.
Those are the people that are going to hack the United States government and pull all those Social Security numbers and other pieces of information.
Yeah, everybody who had a security clearance since 2000 has had their information hacked, right? I think that's what I read the other day.
I don't know about everybody, but certainly an awful lot of people. Here's the other thing. Is one of the things that's going on right now is, from an identity theft point of view, I know of a accounting firm local to the San Fernando Valley. They have said that 1 in 5, 20% of the tax returns they filed for 2014, so they filed it in 2015, but for the 2014 tax year, the United States returned the tax return saying this has already been done. In other words, what someone did is they took the Social Security number and other miscellaneous and easy to obtain pieces of information, filed a false tax return to get the money back, and now the United States sees that and says,
no way. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Hey, David, we're up against a break. Real quick, in about 10, 15 seconds, what can people do and how do they contact you?
Well, you can contact me by going to ersolutions.net, or my number is 367-1881, 661-367-1881. And what can be done is, at the home level, you can make sure something called WPS is turned off. You can make sure that people only get on your wireless that you want. There are things at the corporate level that are much more detailed and more complicated to explain in 15 seconds.
All right, and you can walk us all through that, right?
Okay, we got to have Dave back.
Yeah, there's no question.
We got to have David
Absolutely.
back.
No question. All
I
right.
would love to come back. Whenever you guys want me, I would love to be back.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, David. David Rhodes,
Thank
ER
you.
Solutions.
Thanks, Doug and John.
All right. You're listening to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We'll be back.
We're back, everybody, on Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM-1220 KHTS. It's the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John. And our special guest right now is a friend of the show, and some people call him Mr. Canyon Country. At least I do.
I call him Mr. Ferdman.
Oh, do you? Okay, you have more respect.
You won't even let me call him Alan.
Alan Ferdman's with us. Are you there, sir?
I am.
It's either Sir or Mr. Ferdman. It's not Mr. Canyon Country.
Hey, Alan, real quick, I saw you yesterday out at the groundbreaking ceremony for Vista Canyon.
Yes.
For those who don't know, it's a huge development at basically off of Sand Canyon Road between Sand Canyon and Via Princesa.
I'm going to start the rumor right now. Portos is going to be there.
Who? What's that?
Nah, some people will get that joke, some people won't.
Anyway, Alan, what is your feeling on Vista Canyon as far as how it will benefit the east side of town?
Well, I think it's been a long time coming. We have a lot of Canyon Country residents who would like to see some upscale development here on the east side with high-end restaurants and shops, and we're going to get a river walk. And there's also another project going right close by Tom Clark that is also going to do the same thing at Soledad and Sand Canyon. So I think this is nothing but good stuff for the east side. We're starting to see the kind of development that people have been asking for a very long time.
So what do you think of Cheesecake Factory?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you think of Cheesecake Factory over there?
Well, certainly.
Okay, all right.
Certainly.
We'll say the rumor started with Alan Ferdman that there's a Cheesecake Factory going into Canyon Country.
Just don't tell Jim
Okay.
Backer.
That really could. So we're talking earlier. I mean, this has been a cheery show, but now it's time to talk about something else that's kind of going to piss Doug off a little bit. His lawn. It's brown.
It is, Alan. I'm watering 2 days a week now, just like this water agency said I should, and my lawn looks terrible.
Yes.
That's going to be. We live in the desert, though, right? I mean, do
Well,
people
we
not realize that?
certainly do. We certainly do. We live in the desert, but at the same time, we've had water projects that go back to Mulholland's time that have made development in this area possible, and that's we're looking to see that continue.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Isn't it a little late for it to continue?
Well, this isn't our first drought. I mean, it's not the first time that, even since I've been here, that we've had to ration water. And it seems like it's time that our elected guys should get the ball rolling and do something to help prevent that in the future.
Yeah, Alan, by the way, we wanted to have you on because we saw the letter or the article you had written that was in the Canyon Country Magazine and Santa Clarita Gazette. And one of the things you said was the state is worrying about this high cost, high speed train. And you're saying, come on, we need to spend money on stuff that's going to save water.
Well, certainly, we're having an emergency right now. Both, the state is fixated on spending $100 billion on a high-speed rail train when we don't have enough infrastructure to bring the water down to support the communities that we have. And we've got development going on in addition to that, even though if the drought doesn't end, we don't have water to support them either. So I'd like to see the state start looking at some water projects. We haven't built a water project at the state level for the last 30 years. And I'd like to see the local agencies, the city of Santa Clarita and CLWA, start looking to recycle some of that non-potable water that comes out of our water treatment plants. And, by the way, it's going to be pumped for the next 30 years from under Burmite.
Alan, let me ask you this. So do you happen to know that unpotable water that comes out of the sanitation building there at Bouquet and Valencia Boulevard, is that earmarked? Does it have to go down to the riverbed for endangered species?
Well, what happens is that once you start putting water into the river or the wash, whatever you want to call it, and you establish a habitat for some critter,
right,
by California law, then you have to maintain that habitat.
Yikes.
Now, what they've told us so far is between the two water treatment plants, the one in Valencia and the one in Saugus, we are putting into the river approximately 20 million gallons a day. And they said, you know what, you need to continue to put 17 million gallons a day into the river. I'm sorry, 13 million gallons a day into the river. And there's 7 million gallons that they're saying that they could earmark today to use for irrigation here in the valley. And the only reason why we don't do it is because we haven't put in any infrastructure.
I figured out, yeah. Well, what's funny is the TPC, the golf course in Valencia, is green. Why is it green? They're using reclaimed water. They put in the system.
And you should see Robinson Ranch golf course.
It's probably
it looks terrible.
like a tinderbox.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Isn't that a safety concern? I mean, we're coming up to fire season, and the entire valley is really dry.
Yes, certainly. It certainly is a concern. And what concerns me even more is I keep hearing, I go to City Hall, and what I hear from them is, oh, we got smart people working on a plan. Well, I don't know how long you got a plan, but you can plan forever. If you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen.
Hey, Alan, I like the quote you used from Theodore Roosevelt. You said, in any moment of decision, the best thing to do is the right thing. The next best thing to do is the wrong thing. And the worst thing you can do is nothing. It seems to me that nothing is being done. Would you agree with that?
I absolutely agree with that. I think it's a terrible thing. I think the city and CLWA should earmark a certain amount of money per year, and they should start building that infrastructure to recycle that water. And as they recycle it, as they go from year, it's going to be expensive. It's going to take a while, so that's okay. Now, you mentioned Vista Canyon, and Vista Canyon is earmarking their treated water right now for irrigation.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
So there you go.
So, yes.
It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done.
So there you go.
All right. Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Thanks for the update.
Well, I appreciate you giving me a call.
All right.
No
Thanks for the time, Alan.
All right. You listen to Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We'll be back unless we dry up and float away.